All right, take 3. Here we go, because I keep tripping over my words. Hey, y'all. So I'm Reston, and I'm a huge nerd. I love to play Dungeons and Dragons. I love to even be in charge of playing Dungeons and Dragons. For all of you out there who are not huge nerds like me, it's called being the dungeon master or the DM. And as a DM, as the guy in charge who has to write all of these stories out in his mind, for the sake of giving my players a good experience while we play Dungeons and Dragons, I know of no better tool than D&D Beyond. So for you, those of you out here who are men and women after my own heart, this is the tool for you. You'll notice, by the way, in the URL, it's DnD Beyond with an N, not like the ampersand. I think that's called the ampersand, but with an N, D, like Eminem. The candy, not the rapper. So we're just going to jump in on how to create a character in D&D Beyond. So we go into My Characters, and there are two, there's a free version of this site and 2 paid tiers. So I'm just going to go over how to use the free version, and the free version has plenty of stuff on here. It has, so we're going to go ahead and jump in with that. So you go into collections, hit My Characters, you're creating a character, and with the free version you get to have 6 characters in the system at a time under your username. So in here you get to choose a name. I'm going to call him Reston because that is my name, and for the sake of this, that's going to be good enough. And you can even come in with a little cool picture. Reston is going to have a dragon face. He's going to be Dragonborn. That's cool. All right. So we got some first here in the sources. I usually turn on everything except for Rick and Morty content because I'm not really a Rick and Morty fan. Dice rolling here. So the D&D Beyond system has its own electronic, I guess you could call them, dice that you can even roll in the system, and it'll just add in all of your stats without having to do basic addition, which sometimes, you know what, I can't do basic addition, so that can actually be helpful. And we just turn those on just to have the maximum amount of possible options. Now you can set at the beginning if your character levels up on milestone or on XP. I'm going to keep it on milestone because that's how I tend to run my campaigns. And you can have it be fixed leveling up when you hit points or manual, either way. And I'm so sorry that, again, for all the people watching this who have absolutely no interest in D&D, who are probably so lost now because I don't feel like I should, because I don't feel like I have time to explain every single rule so you can understand this. I guess this is really just for the people who already play. So you can turn on the optional feats rule and multi-class requirements if you want multi-class requirements, or you can turn them off if you want to have fun. These are all just the basic rules. Do you have encumbrance? Do coins weigh stuff? And then this is something that can start a fight. Do you have your modifiers on listed as the big number, or your scores listed as the big number? I'm gonna go with scores. And then this is just if you want public or private. So these are the races they offer you without having to pay, except for, I think, let me see. Yeah. This is the races they offer without having to pay. Except for, I think I may have paid for Genasi. I can't remember. And this is if you want to filter a little bit. We're gonna create an Aarakocra, and this just lists Aarakocra's special abilities. I'm gonna go ahead and choose that. Sweet. So we got dexterity, wisdom, flight, talents. Wonderful. So I hit next, and I'm going to choose my class. We've got by the way, there's an extra class in D&D Beyond created by Critical Role. It's pretty cool. You might want to check that out. And we're going to create a paladin. You know, that's what we're going to do. And we're going to choose, see, you just set up your character. It's set up to start at level 1. You can set up, some paladin skills right there, and see everything's now filled out for level 1. If I want, I can increase it, say level 3, and then it will tell me everything else I've gained, and the blue ones with the exclamation point are the ones we have to make a choice of some sort. And one of the downsides of D&D Beyond is you have to pay for subclasses separately. We've got Oath of Devotion, and then we've got the core, I guess you could say, Critical Role edition of the Oath of the Open Sea. But they're only like $2 or $3 a piece for each subclass, so I think it's worth it. And here's where you're going to, put in your scores, I've lost the word. Y'all know what I mean. We can put in a standard array and just say, okay, this is going to be like that, a paladin with 8 wisdom, that should work out well. You can go point by system, you can go manual rolled, and you then put it in. It only goes up to 18. I know different people do different rules for rolling, but it won't let you put in a score larger than 18 to start off with, which I feel like does make a lot of sense, especially since you can max it out to 20 by level 4 at that point. So then you got your character details. Oh, background first. And these are the ones offered by the free version. Again, it's like $2 or $3 to pay for more backgrounds. Background options. So we're gonna go like Haunted One, Folk Hero, I guess, who is good at pottery. Then we got the class features, seeing it listed here. And then we got some suggested characteristics. You do not have to use this. You got alignment. We got faith, where that applies. Lifestyle. And then, yes, physical. All these things that you can fill out as, your bonus, flesh out the character stuff that don't really affect your stats, typically. And then you go, last but not least, you've got equipment. So you can choose equipment, and it will give you some paladin starting equipment options, or gold, where then you'd go in and after your character sheet is made, use your gold to purchase things, choosing the standard D&D purchasing requirements. So I guess whatever your DM says, So we've got a paladin starting equipment. We can go with like a martial weapon and a shield, and the martial weapon. Oh, there, hand crossbow is an option? Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna remember that. Trident and shield. Or I'm gonna have 5 javelins, maybe an explorer's pack, an amulet, and then folk hero starting equipment. And then you select or deselect whatever you want to start with. And then when you're done, you add the starting equipment, and it automatically gets added to your character sheet. You got some room for some other possessions, and then you can like add items right here, and add starting currency. And then after that, where have I incompleted my character? Here's the top stuff. Okay, that's filled out. This is actually the first time I've seen this. This is kind of embarrassing. Oh my gosh. I got so wrapped up in showing you guys that I forgot to actually let this be filled out. There we go. Okay. View character sheet. It's also up in that corner, as you saw. All right. And here's my character sheet for my paladin. It's got everything on here. Here we got a list for actions, possible actions you can take. Here we got your hit. You got your attack modifier. You got your damage modifier. Oh, but you'll notice it just has unarmed strike and talons in here. The talons being because it's an Aarakocra. But you go to your inventory, and you hit all these check marks. So I'm putting on my chainmail, I'm putting my javelins and my trident and all that stuff where it can be used, and now it shows up here where I got my hit modifiers, I've got my damage modifiers, and the nice thing is, look at this, I just click that, and it rolls for me, and gives me my ending number right there, because I can't do basic math sometimes, so that's nice. See, we got a little, and you can like update, you can have other updated die in there. Personally, I actually do prefer to use physical dice when I play anyway, because, you know, you still can. And here we go. Spells list. Clear all that. We can click in that you've used your slots, your spell slots for that day. You got your attuned items list. You know, when you put an attuned item in your inventory, it goes here. You just click and hold and add them to your attuned item lists. You got some features and traits. If I had filled out that last bit, it would have showed up here for my personality traits, ideals, bonus, flaws, all that jazz. And yeah, here, oh, something to know, something that's a little bit hidden. And this, you go to extras, you hit and manage extras right there, and there's a lot of different extras. You've got, this is where you put your battlesmiths, beast companion, familiar, infusion, sidekick, wild shape, all that stuff goes here. That's what the extras thing is for. It's kind of hard to find. And then in inventory, manage inventory, it's the same kind of thing. And if you want to manage currency, you either click on the currency itself, and then you, for instance, I want to add 1 platinum, but I also want to, so I put in 1 platinum, I hit add, but maybe I want to take away 5 gold, so I hit 5 there, hit remove. Deleted right there. Really easy to keep it sorted. If you actually use Electrum, that's weird, but you know, you do you. And yeah, that's DnD Beyond. Now, there's one more thing that's very important. Just like, you need to be able to send this to your, oh, by the way, it's got an Underdark mode, so that's cool. You need to be able to send this character sheet to your DM once you've made it. So shareable link. Oh, no, that's not it. That's not it. You go in here, you go back to edit character, and it goes back to this edit character screen. You get the what's next, then nope, that's not it. I'm so sorry. I've forgotten where to find this because I haven't had to do it in a minute. Oh, okay. Now, what happens is the DM will have a link. So I'll go to start a new campaign to show you. Just put something there, campaign name. All right, so now I have this random campaign. I'm going to view campaign as the dungeon master. You copy this link, and then you email this link to everyone you want to play. And so they've got to log into D&D Beyond, and they've got and their email on the same computer, and then they can use that link in their email, or I suppose, you know, Facebook Messenger, however else you want to send them the link, as long as it's on they click at the same device. Will link them back in, and then they can link their character to your campaign, which is really nice as the DM, because on days when you're not playing, for instance, you can go in to their character sheet and in real time alter what they, for instance, here, I'll go to like one of my legit campaigns and show you my campaigns, campaign. I can go in on one of these guys and I can view their character sheet and change it. I can make changes anytime I want, which can make some interesting twists when they wake up in the next session in the middle of a cave, completely stripped of all their stuff, where they've got to find new stuff now. Because I can just go in on a day, you know, afternoon we're not playing, I can delete all these things. I can make whatever changes I want to as the DM, because, you know, it's good to be God sometimes. All right, well, I'm about to run out of time on this screencast, so I will leave y'all to it. Bye bye.